Hey class, I'm Kaylee and I'll be your guest speaker today. And I'll be discussing social inequality. So, since we are talking about social inequality, can either of you tell me something you know about it?
Is it when people aren't treated equally?
Great answer. Can you add anything else?
Is that when people are discriminated against by their race or gender?
Perfect, those are great points. So, with that being said, the full definition of social inequality, which I'm here to teach you today, is the existence of unequal opportunities and rewards for different social positions or statuses within a group or society. And obviously that isn't fair, right?
No, not at all.
Another reason why learning about social inequality is so important is because inequality in income, earnings, and wealth has risen dramatically in the United States over the past 3 decades. I know, so horrible. Also, another important point is that economic inequality has been accompanied by rising inequality in social domains, such as the quality of a family and neighborhood life, equal access to education and healthcare, job satisfaction, and political participation. Also, the 3 main types of social inequality are income, race, and wealth inequality. Can either of you provide me with an example of income inequality?
Does that have to do with people receiving different inequalities because of their race or gender?
Perfect. Income inequality refers to the extent to which income is distributed in an uneven manner among a population. An interesting fact is that in the United States, income inequality, which can also be considered a gap between the rich and everyone else, has been growing by every major statistical measure for some 30 years. Also, Thomas Kane, a well-known sociologist, links growing inequality, and specifically income inequality, and college attendance to rising tuition and cuts in financial aid. Since the cost of college keeps rising and rising, people in the lower middle class are not able to afford it anymore. In the past 30 years, a shocking number of only 4% of people born in the middle class have been able to work their way out of it. Recent cross-national comparisons show that the United States has by far the highest level of family income inequality among all industrial OECD countries. Do you think either of you could give me an example of race inequality?
Well, I would think that race inequality is when other races have advantages over one another because of the color of his or her skin. An example would be when Caucasians are able to attend better schools and colleges than those of other races because the schools only admit Caucasians primarily.
Great answer, wow. That's a great answer. Race inequality is officially defined as the disparity in opportunity and treatment that occurs as a result of someone's race. What about wealth inequality?
When one racial group has more wealth than another?
True. So close. In the United States specifically, wealth inequality, which is also referred to as a wealth gap, refers to the unequal distribution of assets among residents in the United States. Wealth can include the value of homes, automobiles, personal valuables, businesses, savings, and investments. In 2000, a high-income American had roughly 5.5 times the family income of a low-income American. That is a crazy statistic. The other important dimensions of social inequality can include power, occupational prestige, schooling, ancestry, and race and ethnicity. I hope you guys learned a lot today. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Kaylee.
No problem.
Thank you.
You guys were great.
We learned a
Thanks.
lot.
No problem.